He quit his job and it was like, I want to box Nate and a thing. I'm like, why'd you quit too early, stupid?
It's hurt, Nate. He couldn't even move one of his legs.
He's emotional.
I mean, he didn't have much motion.
He's emotional. I've never seen a single DC fight in my career, except for when I was on the same card as him one time, and he was picking up the dude and walking around like he just owned him, like he was hella tight. And then I looked back at the screen, and he was knocked out on his ass. That's the only DC fight I ever saw. And he wants to talk about what I should do and how I'm not a good fighter. And I'm like, are you mad because you were the champion? And when I was nowhere near champion, I got paid way more money than you. That's a bitter little bitch who's analyzing fights.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you're a great wrestler, DC. You can't fight for shit. You win fights, but you're not. You're a big old he cried. Hey, he always got Nate Diaz's record sucks. I'm like, you cried. I didn't mean to even talk about it.
No, it's okay, bro. We can cut that out.
F belt, fuck her, who I believe I'll beat the out of. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, you're a great wrestler, DC. You can't fight for shit. You're a big old
Okay. Here we go again. Nate Diaz decided to come at me again because that's just what he does. He said we pretend to know everything when in reality we don't. I don't know everything. But when you list the people that are analyzing fights, there is one big striking thing that's familiar, and it's that we were champions. Last time I told Nate Diaz that you will not compare us. But let's do that. John Jones, Stipe Miocic. That's it. Koji Owashi, Hermes Franca, Clay Guida, Joe Stevenson, Gray Maynard, McDonald, Benson Henderson, Josh Thompson, Dos Anjos, Conor McGregor, Masvidal, Leon Edwards. 13 times to 13 people. This is mine. This is who I lost to. 2. And when I lost those fights, I was in my mid to late 30s. Well, you were losing fights in your 20s. You were in your absolute athletic prime in a sport that you chose, and you got beat multiple times by all these people. Now, hey, I was being respectful. Yeah, I said yesterday it's impossible. Somebody corrected me. They said, no, it's not impossible. You can lose that many times. But you want to talk about me, Mr. Champion. Nate Diaz is 40 years old, and he's going to make $10 million to fight. And I am happy for him. When I was 40 years old, I was in Anaheim fighting for the UFC Heavyweight Championship. That's what I keep telling you, Nathan. We are different people. Go make your money. Do well for your family. I'm happy for you. But you up here acting like you mad because somebody talking about how you're average. Reality is you're average. You've always been. So you keep punching above your head. Punch at Habib, not the same. You punch at Justin Gaethje. You punch at my man Dustin Poirier. All these dudes had titles. Let it go. I don't dislike Nate Diaz. But if you ask me what I feel about him in his career, in my face, I will tell him you're average. Because that's exactly what you were. You won 21 fights and you lost 13. And I will say that to your face as I say it in front of this YouTube channel. Because at the end of the day, he's average.
So Daniel Cormier unleashes on Nate Diaz in response to his criticism. The reality is you're average. You've always been average. Daniel Cormier woke up and chose violence in his fiery response aimed at Nate Diaz. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome. So Daniel Cormier just called out Nate Diaz, and he called him average. And yeah, that might be the most disrespectful thing he could have said. So what's going on, guys? Welcome. It's a very rainy day in Japan. Welcome back to Duality 7X. I'm your host, Shiraz. Now, guys, on the surface, this looks like just another fighter beef, another back and forth, another headline. But trust me, this one is different. This one is different, guys, because look, DC said, he said a lot of things. When it comes to Nate Diaz, he didn't just attack him, he challenged him. And this is how we measure greatness in combat sports, guys, because now it's all about social media. Here we're going to break it down, guys, because this is a much bigger story here than what was originally anticipated. I can't believe the craziness that's going on social media, guys, with fighters calling out one another. But look, here's kind of what happened. Nate Diaz goes off on Theo Von's podcast, and he doesn't hold back. So Nate Diaz essentially called out Daniel Cormier. He said that he's a bad analyst, he's bitter, and even questioned his fighting ability. Now, that's already wild, guys, because Here we're talking about a former 2-division UFC champion, a Hall of Famer. But then DC responded to that, and he really responds. And you know DC's not one to kind of like hide behind words or anything. He's not emotional or anything like that. He was very calculated. He basically said, look, I earned my spot. My job is to break fights down at a level most people don't understand. And honestly, that part's fair, because he does a fantastic job as an analyst. Because whether you like DC or not, he's probably one of the most qualified analysts in combat sports, in sports entertainment today. I can't even imagine a UFC without Daniel Cormier. But anyways, then it gets personal. So DC starts comparing careers, all right? And this is where everything shifts, all right? He lays it out very, very simple. He goes, look, I lost to 2 guys, John Jones and Stipe Miocic, right? And then he looks at Nate Diaz's record. I mean, 13 losses. And this is when DC just kind of unleashed on Nate Diaz, right? Because DC drops the line. He goes, "You're average. You've always been." All right, and that's not just trash talk, guys. That's honestly a direct attack on Nate Diaz's legacy. That's pretty high stakes, guys. And this is where the conversation, I believe, in my opinion, gets really interesting, guys, because now we have 2 completely different career paths being compared. All right, on one side, you've got Daniel Cormier, right, former UFC World Heavyweight Champion. He's got titles, dominance. He's built up a legacy on winning, and I mean he's been absolutely incredible, guys. And then on the other hand, you got Nate Diaz. He's a fan favorite, massive star power, huge paydays, cultural impact. I mean, the real question honestly comes down to is what matters more? Is it about winning, or is it about relevance? Now, a lot of people have differing opinions on this, guys. Honestly, at the end of the day, it really comes down to which side of the coin you're on. Because here's the truth. This is where DC might be missing the bigger picture, because Nate Diaz was never really built to be your traditional modern day kind of champion. He built his brand on something entirely different. Nate Diaz is authentic. He's very durable. And he's all about the moments, right? Conor McGregor, now look, the Conor McGregor fight, that, in my opinion, that changed everything. Not just for Nate, but how fighters can leverage their popularity and turn that into power. And DC actually touched on it, and if he didn't actually say it, just think about it. Without Conor, Nate doesn't even reach that level financially. But at the same time, without Nate, that moment doesn't even hit the same either. Honestly, guys, that's what I call leverage, especially when it comes to combat sports, when it comes to the fight game. In the fight business, leverage is currency. All right, so it's interesting, and I keep looking back over my shoulders, guys, because it's starting to rain pretty heavily here. But look, here's the part that I think nobody's really talking about when it comes to this story. If Nate Diaz is average, then why do fighters continue to call him out? Why does he still headline cards, right? And get paid millions of dollars doing it? And if he's not really moving the needle, he's still very relevant, right? So that kind of comes back to, I mean, this is where the whole story flips on its head, because a lot of people have been saying that Nate is washed up, he's not good anymore. But honestly, guys, when you're talking about these 2 guys, it's not about who's the better fighter. It's about what the sport values. It's about what's relevant. It's the value proposition when it comes to combat sports. DC represents that traditional based system. He won fights. He became a champion. He built a legacy through dominance. Meanwhile, Nate represented the prize fighting system. He built a name He created those moments, and he got paid. And he got paid. And right now, the sport is going to lean a little bit more towards Nate Diaz because he's relevant. He's fighting, right? And attention sells. And Nate Diaz always understood that no matter what, as long as you continue to stay relevant, as long as your name is being put in the headlines and you're getting paid and those checks are clearing, that's all that matters at the end of the day. So if Nate is average, if he is really super average, then why does this all really matter? Honestly, at the end of the day, right? I mean, in today's fight game, guys, in today's fight business, I mean, you don't honestly have to be the cat's meow. You don't have to be the best fighter in the world. You just have to be the most valuable, and that's something that a lot of traditional champions in this day and age continue to struggle with, right? But one thing's for certain. Look, here's the way I look at it. Okay, this is my final take. Was DC wrong? I don't know. From a pure competitive standpoint, no, I don't think so. I think DC's actually right because Nate is not the most technically skilled fighters. He's not one of the greatest fighters of all time. He's not in that GOAT category. But at the same time, he is one of the most important, most relevant fighters right now. And look, you got to look at it. I mean, no matter how you spin it, guys, at the end of the day, Nate's fighting. He's a fighter. He gets paid to fight. And this isn't about DC versus Nate. This is about what combat sports is becoming, right? The question is it about belts, championship titles? Is it about rings? Or is it about the business? Is it about the power? Is it about the leverage? So these are the questions that you need to ask yourself. Is Nate Diaz really average, or is DC looking at this from a completely different perspective or wrong angle? Anyways, guys, drop your thoughts and comments below. I'm a little concerned my audio is not really going to pick up here because I don't know why, but usually the last time I filmed in the same spot or pretty close to it, it was pretty quiet. The roads were at least a little bit quieter. But today it seems like it's a little busy. Anyways, guys, what do you guys think of this shirt? You guys like this shirt? Anyways, I'm selling these shirts, guys. This is Duality 7X MMA Boxing. This is the Japanese edition. And I've been repping these shirts every day here. I'm in Osaka right now. I've got people coming up to me on the streets in Tokyo, here in Kyoto, Osaka, Shibuya, and people are like, whoa, what is this? Is this a new gym here, or what's going on? Anyways, people are starting to dig it, man. People are liking it. I hope you guys like it too. It's pretty cool, guys. But if you want one of these, then just drop your thoughts and comments below. I'll reach out to you. I'll let you know how you can get one. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys for joining us here. Tonight's a big night, guys. Oh, I'm going to be talking about it tomorrow, man. Derek Chisora, Deontay Wilder at the O2 Arena in London. Holy schmoly, guys. This is going to be big. I don't know if you guys seen the press conference at the weigh-ins, but Chisora comes out with the Tyson Fury mask. Oh my gosh, Deontay was not impressed. He was not happy at all because I don't know why, but for whatever reason, for Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury seems to be his kryptonite. Anyways, guys, I enjoy chatting with you guys. I better go. It's starting to rain pretty hard here, and I feel like my audio is completely muffled, and you probably didn't even hear a single thing that I said tonight. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please smash a like and subscribe. Hit the notification so you guys never miss a beat. And the pleasure was all mine. I look forward to catching you guys in tomorrow's video.